Hey guys, this is Kim. Welcome to Fables and a little late in the game, but I will be unboxing the Lightseer's Tarot today and doing a walkthrough and then also just sharing with you some of my first impressions. Again, I know I'm super late in the game, and I actually wasn't going to get this deck because I'm usually not drawn to artwork like this, but it is a gorgeous deck and I just heard so many good things about it and I just really want to check out the hype, and it just seems like it's done with a lot of heart, a lot of soul, and I just feel like I will really vibe with it. So yeah, so I decided to get it. So this is the mass market edition. This is not a Kickstarter edition. I kind of was aware when this went up on Kickstarter, but you know, at the time it didn't really draw me, but after much discussion, I heard about this deck and also much controversy about the Ten of Swords in this deck. I decided to get it to see for myself and also just kind of feel into the deck and see what I would think about it. So this is the Lightseer's Tarot, a 70-card deck, and 78-card deck and guidebook by Chris Ann. And I also got her Sacred Creators Oracle. It's on its way to me as we speak, so I haven't got it yet, but I'm really excited for that one as well. And it's published by Hay House. This is the back. It's a sturdy, I believe, matte box. And then here's the sides. Really love the font. I wonder what font that is. So by reimagining the traditional tarot archetypes and symbols in a contemporary, boho, and intuitive style, the Lightseer's Tarot expresses the light and shadow sides of our natures and explores the lessons that can be learned from both. The expressive characters who live within the landscapes of the cards tell stories, ask questions, and provide guidance. The deck is an ideal companion as you seek to uncover the places in your life and in yourself that are most in need of illumination. So let's take a look. So that's the box, and that's the inside of the lid. And into the gray, we follow like 1,000 flickering stars, and therein a sunlit hollow we lose and find what is ours. Dear Light and Shadow Seer, may this deck help you find what is yours. Alright, that's super cool. Okay, so Chris Ann, and that is the guidebook. Ooh, it's quite meaty, or tofu-y, as vegetarians like to say. So from the looks of it, has a table of contents, has a little forward by Chris Ann, and then there's like some kind of like, you know, handwritten script. Reminds me of the two books from Harry Potter, like the, you know, the Quidditch book and the Monster book, and there's like a bunch of doodles from Harry and Ron. And you get some basic information about slinging cards, how to connect with your cards, picking your cards, and then there's a couple of spreads that's like hand doodled. It's really awesome, really adds to flair. I usually look at the guidebook at the end of the deck, but I figured since I'm already flipping through it, I'll just take a look at it now. So I think these are original spreads: Lightworker Illumination spread, Calling and Love spread, you know, the major arcana. So it looks like we have a picture, and then the title of the card: Lightseer, Shadow Seer. So light attributes and shadow attributes, and then we have like a little description of the card, and then we have like an affirmation. So this is looking pretty cool. I'm really loving this so far. Alright, so yeah, looks like it's the same format throughout the guidebook. And then let's see at the end. Oh, so we got a little information about Chris Ann, got some acknowledgements, and then we got the information about the publishing house. And then you can also go check out the extended guidebook from Lightseer's Tarot. And also, it smells amazing. Okay, anywho, let's take a look at the deck. Alright, so it comes in a paper strip with a little tape, and then that is the back. A lot of people actually edge this deck, so I'm considering edging it as well, but I'm a little lazy when it comes to edging, so maybe not. But that is the back. It's very cool, very gorgeous. And that is the side, so no particular gildings or edgings. See that little thing there where the paper is attached to the mold, I guess, but it's not too bad. And then let's take a look at the individual card. It's thick-ish, and yeah, I'm happy with it. I mean, it's not like super thin as some publishers. Anyhow, All right, so starting from the beginning, the Fool. I'm just gonna put the box aside, put the guidebook there so you know what deck I'm looking at. The Fool. I remember seeing this card on Instagram, and I think it just caught me. It's sort of like a different perspective on sort of standing at the edge of the cliff, right? Because she's like almost diving in, but she's also like hanging on. So there's that feeling. There's that feeling of tension where you're about to enter something new, but you're also like kind of still sort of like attached to whatever that has come before. So that's pretty cool. All right, we got a Magician. Like I love this these you know, radiances or rays of light in this sort of galaxy feeling. It's really cool. Love that hoodie. The High Priestess. Yeah, I can love all these like galaxy light stuff. The Empress. Oh, I love how she's pregnant with the Earth. Interesting. And then there's like a lot of fish here. It's also looks like her cape. We got the Emperor. Interesting. I would love that beanbag, by the way, or that chair, or whatever that is. It looks like he's sitting on Mars. We have the Hierophant. It's like a stairway to enlightenment or knowledge. We have the Lovers, the Chariot. That's interesting. Reminds me of Aladdin. Strength. Oh. Okay, it's like a rare lion. It's like you're part lion, part human. That's interesting. It's just her face though, not her entire body. The Hermit. The Wheel. Love the symbols and the white line work there. Justice. The Hangman. Death, Rebirth. Temperance. The Double. The Tower. The Moon. I don't know. I just like, I don't know why, but I'm usually not really into images like this, and I'm still not like, I'm not completely vibing with it yet. You know, I tend to go for the fantastical and super cute decks like this one that I just unboxed. So I think this one's very human, and I don't know if it's my cup of tea, but we'll see. Like the art is just gorgeous, however. Two of Wands, Three of Wands, Four of Wands. It's like a music festival. Five of Wands, Six of Wands, Seven, Eight of Wands. I love the colors. Nine of Wands, 10 of Wands. I love her boots and her jacket or coat. Page of Wands, Knight of Wands. Yeah, I mean, not really vibing with it. Ace of Cups. Too much human. Too much human. Humanness. Too much human. Need more animals. Animals. Ah! Six of Cups. That's so cute. It's like they grew up together. It's like a little time lapse, like a little cinematic moment. Seven of Cups. Eight of Cups. 9. 10, love the rainbow. Page of Cups. Knight of Cups. Queen of Cups and King. Yeah, not really feeling it. I mean, again, the art is, oh. I remember seeing this on Instagram and someone posted about it and I saw it and I was like, this is so poignant because it's ripping, the heart is just being ripped apart and you really just feel that pain. I think this is one of the most striking cards I've ever seen, one of the most striking Three of Swords, because usually you just see the heart being being pierced by 3 swords or 3 sharp objects, or just variations of that, but this is so striking. Like, I could feel the pain just emanating from this card. I think this is my favorite card so far. 4 of Swords. I like how there's like a little narrative here. It's almost like this one has been ripped open, and this is kind of like you're letting it rest and letting it grow back. 5 of Swords and 6 of Swords. 7. Love this crow right here. He's just like mad. It's like, give me back my feathers, you idiot! 8 of Swords. 9. Alright, the much contested 10 of Swords. Yeah, I remember when that whole drama with the previous 10 of Swords, the previous version of 10 of Swords from this deck. And I guess this version is much more kind of like post-trauma, like you finished what has come to an end has come to an end, and now you're standing on top of it, and then you sort of have this feeling of freedom and release, I suppose. I remember when that whole controversy came out, I was really conflicted about it, but my first reaction was, I just feel really bad for Chris Ann, because as a fellow deck creator, it just felt really bad that, I think by the time I caught on, she already was going to change the card, and she issued an apology. A really heartfelt apology, and she handled it really compassionately, and then I, just applaud her for that. But I remember just feeling really mad because, really even offended for her, because I just feel like as a fellow creative, I just feel really bad that she was censored and that she was, that card was canceled. I mean, I completely understand the sentiment behind people getting a little upset with the previous version of that card, but I just feel like from an artist's perspective and from the point of like creative expression and freedom of expression, I just feel really bad that she had to actually take down that card and actually take it out of her deck and actually redo it, and that she couldn't publish. Well, I guess she could publish, but she decided to not publish it because, to respect people's feelings and sentiments. So I totally respect that. I mean, I understand this is a complicated issue, and perhaps it is not my place to say, because even though I'm a person of color, I'm not black. So I can't really say I could properly represent that point of view, but I just really, really bad, from an artist's perspective that she had to do that her card got canceled. I just feel like she had the right to express that. I mean, I understand it's problematic. Again, I completely understand where the sentiment's coming from, but just from the point of like creative expression, I don't know. I guess things can't be perfect, but I don't know. I was just angry. Okay, I was just angry that, that she had to take down her art, and then that was very sad. Okay, so Page of Swords, but that was what I think. That's what I think. I don't know about what you think. Please feel free to share in the comments. I mean, I did follow this on various social media platforms for a while, so I kind of there's a lot to already been said about this, but that was kind of my 2 cents. King of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, 4. But yeah, I'm not really vibing with this deck. I think I'm just like not really resonating with the boho culture. I mean, I think boho culture is like amazing, and I just love looking at the, I love the whole aesthetics of it and the spirit of it. But, I'm much more like a cutesy animal deck, fable, fairy tale, fantastical type deck person. So this is a little too realistic for me, and just too many human figures for me personally. But again, super gorgeous deck. Queen of Pentacles. And I love how the titles of the text are kind of like written in white, and it's also like kind of like scribble on, and it's like interacting with the art, or just like it's not just like, right at the center and just standardized. So I find that refreshing. But yeah, so that's the whole deck. I mean, I don't hate it, but I don't think it's really like, it's not one of those decks that really resonate deeply with me. Like, like when I did the Affirmators Tarot, I was just like freaking over every single card from this deck because it was just so cute. It was just right from my frequency. It was just exactly, it just feel like a deck from a fellow sister, okay? Like, so that was how I felt about this deck. It was just so cute and so whimsical and so wise. Like, I love whimsical things, right? And this just feels a little too realistic for me in terms of art and how the archetypes are depicted. But if you're into that, and if you're into this sort of thing, if you're really into this art, and if you really connect with human figures and human representations of tarot archetypes, which is what I guess most of the time what it is, because it does represent human consciousness and psyche and whatnot, but I don't know. It's not really my cup of tea, I guess. I thought I would really be maybe drawn to it. Like Everyday Witch, I didn't expect myself to love that deck, or just be really drawn to that deck, but I think the cats got me in that deck. So it's sort of like this relationship between the cats and the humans that really got me, even though the art is really realistic and it's still sort of depicting a modern setting, so I could still connect with the deck, but not really this one. But yeah, but again, gorgeous art, gorgeous colors. I would love to read about one of the cards. Let's read Three of Swords, just because that card really left an imprint on me. Three of Swords. Let's see what that is. All right, swords. Let's also read the Ten of Swords, just because. Okay, Lightseer. Painful separation, loss, heartbreak, an opportunity to heal, shadows coming to light, finding inspiration again. Shadowseer. Not accepting loss, a need to heal, being stuck in your grief or sadness, not seeing the part you play in loss or heartbreak. And then there's like a little story. If you find yourself amidst wavering realities and losing something that feels near and dear to your heart, know that this too shall pass. This severing, I'm just kind of skipping ahead, although painful, is a necessary part of the process. Despite all proof to the contrary, your brightly lit future will arrive because of this experience. Tie yourself to your light and prepare to spend some time nurturing your tender spirit. These shadowy times are always opportunities to become stronger and more resilient, so give yourself time to heal. And know that you will love, thrive, and find inspiration again soon. My heart remains tender and open. Let's take a look at the Ten of Swords, just because I want to check it out. Painful endings, crisis, being stabbed in the back, an opportunity to find deep healing, an opportunity to find hope and resiliency. Resisting the inevitable, not wanting to let go of negative emotions. Rock bottom, a narrative rooted in lack and helplessness. Devastating loss, recovery. Or just having a bad victim mentality, I suppose. So the Ten of Swords comes to us in times of blinding truth when delusion is lifted. Sometimes the truth is painful because it indicates backstabbing or personal loss. The card can mark an abrupt end to our current path and a jarring resolution in the form of a broken relationship, a blocked dream, a fractured partnership, or a discontinued career path. While these endings feel severe in the moment, the most potent seeds of hope are always planted in their place. And then it says, I'm healing every day. Yeah, I guess this is a more uplifting version of Ten of Swords, but nowadays, I kind of like, okay, before I used to appreciate depictions of Ten of Swords or kind of just the darker cards with like, aspects of renewal and like having gone through trauma and then just kind of like starting a new chapter, but now I really want those heavy cards to be heavy cards, because Ten of Swords to me is always about ego deaths, right? It's like a part of you has to die so you can be reborn again, a bigger version of you can be reborn again. So, yeah, that's the deck. I'm not like too stoked about it, but I do appreciate what Chris Ann is doing, and I look forward to getting her Sacred Creators Oracle, and maybe sometime I'll also check out her other tarot, which is the Muse Tarot. Blah, not doing that anymore. Okay, whatever. Yeah, so check out my other unboxings or check out my other videos. Let me know what you think about this deck. And yeah, I'll see you next time.